Before I begin, I have a disclaimer to make. You are allowed to laugh or cry as you see fit during the duration of this speech. Now, I'd like you all to do an experiment with me. Please raise your dominant hand in the air, just like this. Now, imagine I've placed a glass of water in your palm. Please keep your hands like that. Don't move them. Keep them perfectly still. Keep them up. Yes. This is a glass of water. Some would say it weighs 200 grams, others 300. But as you're starting to feel in your shoulders right now, the actual weight doesn't matter. What matters is how long you hold it. Hold it for a minute, it's nothing. Hold it for an hour, your arm begins to ache. Hold it for the entire day, your arm becomes numb, paralyzed, useless. Now, please keep them there still. I'd like to narrate you a story. Back when I was in mid 11th, it was 11 p.m. I was supposed to be studying the Krebs cycle for biology. It's the very process of how our bodies make energy. But there I was, doing the exact opposite. I was draining mine. I started scrolling. I saw a video of the glaciers melting in the Arctic. Swipe. A girl my age, traveling the world as a digital nomad, making 6 figures. Swipe. A headline about an economic crisis, about a world that's becoming increasingly unaffordable. I'm sure the adults here can resonate to that. Swipe. With every swipe, I wasn't just getting information. I was getting a psychological response, a cortisol spike. In 10 minutes, I had consumed the weight of the planet's death, the collapse of the economy, and the crushing realization that I was falling behind. That night, I realized I was holding a glass I never asked for, and I had no idea how to put it down. Look at your own arms again. They're starting to tingle, aren't they? Please keep them up. Keep them up. Raise your hands. Yes, everybody. Now they're starting to tingle. They're starting to hurt. That is the Gen Z condition. We aren't the anxious generation because we're weak. We are the anxious generation because we are the first humans in history who have access to every problem on this planet in 4K resolution, 24 hours a day. When people see Gen Z taking mental health days or prioritizing rest, they see someone being lazy, they see someone who doesn't have discipline, they don't see the screens, they don't see the 11 p.m. Tuesday, they don't realize that we are suffering from a chronic case of glass holding. We can lower our arms now. Thank you. Feels better, right? The weight of the world hasn't changed. The climate is still warming. The economy still unpredictable. But you are different. You are rested. There's this concept in psychology, it's called restorative rest. It's the idea that you cannot solve a problem using the same energy that created the exhaustion. And exhaustion can sometimes show up in the most ordinary ways. I once spent 20 minutes looking for these glasses only to be told that they were on my head. Now, in this world of perfection, we often chase the feeling of being completed. And in that race, we forget to be real. We are so terrified of being stuck in that invisible middle, the place and the space between where we are today and where we eventually want to be. And because of that fear, we forget to put the glass down. I remember this one time I was offered an internship. Brilliant opportunity. I wanted to say yes. I wanted to be that super student who does everything. But I looked at my schedule, physics, chemistry, the speech, and I realized that I was holding a glass and that glass was at the brim. Saying no did feel like a failure in the moment, but it was the only way to ensure the things I did say yes to got done well. That was the moment I learned that resting wasn't failure, it was repair. Now, how exactly do we carry out this repair? Repair doesn't mean you have to solve the entire world's problems. It simply means that you have to put the glass down for 10 minutes so you can actually take a drink. All right, you can use this water to grow something, like those beautiful plants we offered to ma'am. All right. Now, How do we carry out this repair? First, stop apologizing. Stop apologizing for your capacity. We are in a world where we have so many tools that people expect us to carry a lot. Carry expectations, more side hustles, more passions. I carry a water bottle. Whenever it gets finished, I refill it. No one looks at that water bottle and says to it, wow, you're lazy. Because nobody expects it to pour forever. But that's what we're expecting from ourselves. That is the first step of repair, radical honesty. It's saying, I'm a human being with a finite amount of energy, and I'm not a failure for hitting my limit. Second, the world demands a take on everything. You have to have an opinion on the news, a post for the trend, a reaction for the group chat. But redesigning the carry means reclaiming your right to be quiet. It's the decision that for an hour or a day, the world's problems can exist without your constant attention. But oftentimes, this weight is too heavy for one person to carry alone. So here's third. We are taught that success is an individual sport, that it's your mental health, your glass, your everything. But look around you. Community isn't about holding a glass until we all go numb. It's a relay. It's about realizing that I can set my glass down to rest because you are standing guard. Gen Z is the first generation realizing that we don't all have to be on at the same time. We survive by rotating the watch. Think of it like your phone. We all scramble for a charger when we hit that 5% like it's a life support machine. But in a friendship, we expect everyone to be at 100% all the time. But the relay is about realizing that life is just one long shared battery. There will be days when I'm at a 2% because I have a maths entrance exam or a commerce project or a life crisis. In a competitive world, people look at that 2% and they call it a failure. But in a relay, that's when your friends step in. They don't demand you to be at 100%. They plug you in. They carry the conversation, they handle the plans, and they give you the space you need to recharge. Because they know next month, they might be the ones at 2%, and you will be the one with the power to carry them. That is the essence of repair. Shakespeare once said that thinking makes it so. And he was right. We can either choose to think of ourselves as a generation that is broken, or choose to think of ourselves as the ones who finally learned to repair. We aren't the snowflake generation, we are the prototype generation, the resolutions in progress. Because in the end, the future doesn't belong to those who can hold the glass the longest. It belongs to those who know when to set it down so they can finally pick it up when it truly matters. Put the glass down, you've earned it. Thank you for lending me both your hands and your ears.